Boom, we're live. Boom, we're live. Just as Cube starts giving me crap about being late. I'm live, people. I'm here. Don't worry about it. On the hey TJ, you're late scale, this is pretty low. I'm not gonna lie. So unprofessional. Here we go. Already getting shit from the viewers, but that's fine. Because I'm here to host your favorite Tuesday solo show. It's one of those things, apparently it's episode 12. I don't know what episode we're on most of the time. Connor has to remind me because I do a lot of YouTube. I do a lot of different content. I do a lot of things like that. So make sure that you guys are keeping me between the lines. Make sure that you are smashing the likes. Make sure that you are commenting on the video after it ends. If you guys are watching on playback, obviously, welcome back. It's we haven't done one of these shows in a couple of weeks, so make sure that you know the deal. Get your questions, get your comments in. We're going completely off book. I don't have an agenda for these kinds of shows. I literally just cue off of what the chat says. I have a couple of things that I want to talk about, and then we kind of let it go from there. I'm probably only going to go for about 30, 45 minutes today, and then I am going over to Sarcasm City for the Q&A so we can dance on Mauricio Pochettino's grave. Big up, Strasburg Steve. Are you live? Are you live with Staffy right now? This guy does it all, man. Not only can he be on a panel, he can also be in people's chats. So big up, Strasburg Steve. Big up to the 5 that are already inside and watching. Make sure that you guys are getting your questions in. I thought I was going to come on here and I was going to talk about, number one, how rad this t-shirt is. Go over to Sarcasm City TV, Shopify.com. I don't know if the thing is still up. I don't know if the shop is still up, but this arrived in America today. I think it's the only one that is in America. I would love to be proven wrong. But the Sarcasm City 16 out of 10 shirt, it's very comfortable. It is obviously the coolest t-shirt I own now. But yeah, make sure that you are recognizing that and make sure that you are smashing the like. Big up Cheekade. Big up Brother Warren. Big up Cheekade, my guy. I hope you're well. It's good to see you. Where's the intro? I'm working on a new one because the current intro gets copyrighted. So there's no intro anymore. It's just me going live, gutting it out, and talking to you guys. But big up Cheekade. It's good to see you in here every single time, my bro. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want to talk about. I cannot believe... Oh, Eli has one as well. Okay, well, then I'm the only one in Kansas City, Missouri, then. Boom. Boom. There you go. I'm waiting for the 16 out of 10 girl crop top. Hey, that's cool. That's fine with me. That'll be some style. Chat says Arteta out, signs with Chelsea. What? That didn't make sense, Paul, but big up yourself. I didn't get what you were saying there at all, bro. I didn't get what you were saying there at all. But hey, that's cool, man. Yeah, as everybody is well aware, I'll get your guys' questions in a second because there's a couple that just came in, but I wanted to read this article from the New York Times because I ended up like laughing at it. Hold on one second. Let me pull it back up because apparently I freaking lost it. One second. Yes. Let me go ahead and share the screen and ruin Mr. Connor's layout. Big up, Connor. Make sure you're subscribing to CMO Sports. This section of the show is going to be called TJ Reads the News. Okay? As you guys are all aware, or if you live under a rock, you are now aware that Mauricio Pochettino has walked from Chelsea Football Club. I get all of my my news from the New York Times, of course, because I am an enlightened individual. Just kidding. Mauricio Pochettino has left his position as Chelsea head coach by mutual consent after less than 11 months in charge. Chelsea's decision to part way with the 52-year-old Argentine comes following the conclusion of an internal review into the club's 23-24 season performance led by co-sporting directors Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart. In a Chelsea statement, Winstanley, say that 3 times fast, and Stewart said of the decision, on behalf of everyone at Chelsea, we'd like to express our gratitude to Mauricio for his service this season. He will be welcome back at Stamford Bridge anytime, and we wish him the very best in his coaching career. They're glossing over this. They are glossing over this. Chelsea, for 75% of the season, was absolute shit. Obviously, dropping points to some of the worst Premier League teams in Sheffield and Burnley that we have seen in a long, long time. This was coming, and if you didn't see this coming, like, I'm sorry, you need to get some glasses. We've been talking about this on American Waffle for the last couple of weeks, and I 100% sided with Marshall on this, who was Poch out. But everybody kind of like how the Arteta in our outers went over this season, kind of had some recency bias, and we can kind of make those comparisons. But I think that Mauricio Pochettino was getting the benefit of the doubt towards a lot of the Chelsea fans, that caused them to go from Poch out to Poch out because of the string of results that he was able to get towards the end of the season. Let's go ahead and look at Chelsea's run out towards the end of the season, and I want to hear your guys' opinions as well, because they absolutely are glossing over the fact that this guy sucked for most of the 11 months that he was in charge. So if you guys go ahead and look at these results, let me go ahead and share the screen again, and I am sharing, and I am literally starring all of your questions, guys. So make sure that you guys are getting those in, and I will answer those in the last 10-15 minutes or so of the show. Then we're going to redirect over to Sarcasm City TV so I can have my happy hour in peace. Cheers, guys. Cheers. This is the best part of my Tuesday is doing this show. Okay. Let me go ahead and share the screen here. Share the screen here. If you guys aren't smashing the likes already, what are you guys doing? That's all I'm going to say. What are you going to say? Big up AFC always. I see you in the chat, brother. I see you in the chat. I'll call out everybody here very, very shortly. Did you? Fuck you, Ryan. I'm gonna get back to that. So after they barely snuck by Leeds United in the FA Cup, they did a 2-2 against Chelsea, 3-2 against the dead Newcastle, 4-2 against Leicester in the FA Cup quarterfinals, 2-2 against one of the worst Burnley teams I've seen in a while. Not even in the Prem, but in the Prem. Great championship team, still a championship team in the Prem. Weren't expected to do much. Chelsea beating Man United 4-3 on April 4th. Again, beating one of the worst Man United sides in their history, definitely in the Premier League era. Drawing 2-2 to Sheffield United, again, one of the worst Premier League teams we've ever seen. 6-0 against Everton. 1-0 Man City loss. 5-0 Arsenal loss. 2-2 Aston Villa draw. 2-0 Tottenham against Tottenham. 5-0 against West Ham, which is pretty easy, apparently. 3-2 over Nottingham Forest, who barely escaped relegation. 2-1 over Brighton. And 2-1 over Bournemouth. And these are the results, people, that people were trying to sell Poch on after he had one of the worst starts and mid-seasons to it, in my opinion, in Chelsea's recent Premier League history. Let's just go ahead and say that, because I don't want to say, oh yeah, I've been following Chelsea since the beginning of the time. I wouldn't lie to you about that. But they're glossing over the fact that this guy had a horrendous start, had a horrendous midseason, and people like Marshall, people like Carefree Lewis knew that they were just papering over the cracks with those results at the end, and they were not good teams that they beat or barely beat or drew. Like these are not good teams. West Ham, not a good club. Bournemouth, middling. Nottingham Forest nearly got relegated. So anybody who's surprised to see Pochettino walk by mutual consent, I got a bridge in Nevada that I gotta sell you. There's a lot of water in Nevada. I gotta sell that to you guys. Obviously, I want to hear your guys' comments. Let me know what you guys think about the Poch news. Let me go ahead and get into the comments and say hello to everybody. Big up Warrior J. He says, uh-oh. Yeah, uh-oh. Exactly, because I'm live. Uh-oh. Big up Paul, Chelsea fan. He says, I'm looking at how bad the Chelsea prospects are. I'd take Arteta is what I'm saying. Oh, okay, so you take Arteta. Yeah, the manager pool is pretty bad right now. I'm not going to lie to you. The manager pool is pretty bad, especially if you're in a position like Chelsea where you have the players, but are they in a position to win now? I guess we're going to see with whatever manager Chelsea decides to bring in. It's going to be very interesting. Is there anybody other than Arteta who you would take, Paul? Let me know. That Kid Connor will be your downfall. Making that intro for you to get copyright knocks. No, yeah, it wasn't getting copyrighted before, but all of a sudden it started getting copyrighted. Like the guy figured out that, oh man, maybe I should copyright this YouTuber that barely makes any money off of this shit, and make sure that he doesn't make any money off of it. Poch is one of the worst coaches in Europe. Facts, absolute facts. It is what it is, to be honest. I couldn't care less. I'm actually disappointed that Chelsea wised up and fired him, because I think we would have been able to get consistent results against him next season too. Obviously, we had one of our worst games against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, which is why we had that 2-2 draw. But we absolutely pounded them at the Emirates. So I'm bummed that I'm bummed that he's leaving, because a Pochettino-led Chelsea isn't going to win anything. So congratulations on them getting into Europe. But yeah, that's one dead club. That's one dead club. Big up Ryan. Mr. 16 out of 10 himself, people. And you know, if Ryan's in here, we got to do it.
Well, can I just say, the two girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I showed that to my wife yesterday. She's like, I don't get it. I'm like, watch it again. And then she started laughing and then felt bad for Ryan. Yeah, it's because my wife cares, and she's a social worker. She cares for the needy. Anyway, big up everybody that's already inside. AFC always. TJ Warren, losers want things to happen. Losers pray for things to happen. Winner makes things happen. True. Agreed. Cube says no such thing for a happy hour as a happy hour for TJ. He's an Arsenal, Avalanche, and Nuggets fan. Yeah, I am. And to be clear, for those of my friends that are in UK watching this late, first of all, big up. Second of all, no such thing as happy hour for TJ. He's an Arsenal fan who finished second. Didn't bottle the league, but we finished second again for the second year in a row. The Avalanche got knocked out in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs in Game 7 in overtime. Or no, it was Game 6. Game 6 in overtime, and we got scored on by Matt Duchene, who was one of our former players. And the Nuggets got beaten Game 7 handily by the Minnesota Timberwolves. So all of my clubs are out of competitions or didn't win. So I'm forced now to watch the Kansas City Royals, who are actually doing pretty good. That's baseball. And then the Kansas City Current, who are currently again second in the NWSL table. So yeah, those are the teams that I'm paying attention to over the summer. Obviously, we're gonna pay attention to Copa America. We're gonna pay attention to the Euros, but those have not started yet. So yeah, it wasn't a good weekend for me sports wise. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tony, big up Tony. Big up Teacher Warren TV, just dropping in smash the like before bed. Early start. Just want to say it's a pleasure getting to know you over the season. More to come, dude. Need to do a show soon. Yeah, no, Tony, we got to get you back on American Idiots over the summer. I would love to come on the Takeout show if you'll have me. I remember coming on, I think it was the first or second episode that you guys did over in there. Go and smash a like and smash a sub to Early Doors Football, people. This guy is one of the most knowledgeable fans, let alone West Ham, but knowledgeable fans I've ever met. Like, I learned a ton from this guy over the last couple of months. So big up Tony every time. Tony is the man. What else you got to do it? So to fire Poch with this pool being shit doesn't make sense. Well, I don't think the players are shit. I just think that I don't know what would have realistically happened if Poch stayed. Do you think there would have been improvement, Paul? Let me know. Because I think you guys probably would have finished lower than you did this season because you guys are also playing European football. And number one, you guys can't stay healthy. Number two, your bench is not that good. And can you name any youth players that were any good for Chelsea? I ask because I honestly don't know. I don't watch a lot of Chelsea. But in terms of what I saw in your starting 11, what I saw on your bench, how they perform, how they don't perform, speaks volumes. And I don't know if Pochettino was ever going to be the guy to get a tune out of him. And obviously, Boley and his cronies didn't think so either. So it is what it is. I'm very, very interested to see what manager they bring in. But, it's just another thing you get to add to the storyline for summer to see what happens. Summer transfer window, summer manager carousel. Let's do it. And I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. Big up Warrior J. Early prediction. Do you see any of these three, Leicester, Ipswich, Leeds, Southampton, would get relegated? Yeah, so Leicester are going to stay up. Leicester is staying up. They're going to come back up and they're going to stay up. Ipswich Town, they are going to be like the Luton Town this season, but I've heard that their manager is incredible. So if they make the right signings, they could stay up. I don't see Nottingham Forest staying up next season. I just don't see it. They've barely escaped. Everton will stay up. Let's actually, you know what? Let's go to the standings. Let's go and check this out. Let's check out the bottom of the table real quick. Obviously, Luton Town, Burnley, and Sheffield United are getting sent back to the championship. With Leicester, Ipswich Town, which is awesome, Ed Sheeran FC, and Leeds and Southampton. It's yet to be decided in the championship playoff to see who will come up after those people. So Brentford, Everton, Wolves. I don't think Wolves go down. Wolves are just too good at home. I think Gary O'Neill is a good manager, so I don't think that they're going to go down. But the three that you got to keep your eye on, or the two rather, because I don't think Everton will go down. I think the most likely to go down next season are Brentford and Nottingham Forest. Leicester is staying up. Leicester is staying up for sure. Nottingham Forest are not going to stay up. Brentford are at risk to lose their manager because he's in talks to go to Thomas Frank is in talks to go to Bayern. So you never know. If Thomas Frank is being sought after and he's looking in other directions after this season that you just saw, I mean, what are you supposed to say? Let's see. Let's look at Brentford. Who do they have on their bench here? Let me see here. Yeah, Thomas Frank. Let me look. I haven't even looked at their players other than like Ivan Toney. They got Ivan Toney, Wissa, and Mbuemo, and I honestly can't team for the foreseeable. Neil Mopai. Yeah. No, I don't see him staying up, to be honest with you. And that might outrage some people, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't see Brentford staying up. I think the Bees are going down. I think the Bees are going down for sure. But, it is what it is. It is what it is, people. Yeah, Tony's gone. Brentford going down without Frank. Yeah, no, so I see. I'm glad other people will agree. OTJ, your last EAFC stream got me in tears, bro. I was so pissed and I was a little drunk. I'm not gonna lie. I was streaming for way too long, drowning my sorrows. After we finished second for the second consecutive year. And then I ended up on that 6-hour Lee Gunner stream, which big up to Lee Gunner, by the way. Thank you guys. Thank him so much for number one, letting me make my debut on his channel, and number two, redirecting to me after said debut. I think I had like 300 people watching me lose at EAFC, and we got a lot of good subs off of that. So big up everybody who subbed as well, and big up to Lee Gunner, big up all that crew. It was a lot of fun. Just hanging out with those guys, even though I was a little tipsy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, TJ, that's so unprofessional. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. I didn't make a total ass out of myself, so it is what it is. Continue to get those comments in. We got 7 watching, 10 watching on Twitter. If you're watching on Twitter, go ahead and make your way over here. Go ahead and make your way over to the YouTube and share your comments, like, share, subscribe as well. Big up Chike. I'm planning on moving to the Midwest soon. Any advice? Where in the Midwest? That's very important. Where in the Midwest? Because there are people that consider certain areas the Midwest. People consider it the upper Northeast. People consider some of the Midwest the South. It really does depend on where you're moving in the Midwest. I would highly recommend Kansas City. I really enjoy Chicago. I've driven through most of the Midwest, so like Ohio, Iowa, portions of Illinois outside of Chicago. I mean, those are cool places, but it really does depend on where you move in the Midwest. Don't move to St. Louis. I'm not a fan of St. Louis. Don't ask me why. I have a grudge in that city. That city is just one poorly placed lit match from going up in flames. I can't stand St. Louis, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. But yeah, let me know where you're moving, Chike, and I can give you some better advice, my guy. Yeah, don't move to KC. Don't listen to TJ. No, KC is awesome. KC is incredible. You don't listen to Cubed. Don't listen to Cubed. It's incredible. Ohio is not the Midwest. See, there you go. Paul, what would you consider Ohio then? Where would you consider Ohio? Yeah, where would you consider Ohio? Yeah, Warrior J, did I answer your question? Yeah, I think so. To be clear, Nottingham Forest and Brentford are going down. Leicester is staying up. I think Ipswich has a good chance of staying up because I've heard their manager's good. We'll see if he has the gall to stay up over either Leeds or Southampton. But I think Leeds or Southampton will go right back down. I don't see, like, if Southampton comes back up, like, come on. And nobody wants to see Leeds back in the Prem. Like, nobody wants to see Leeds back in the Prem. I'm not even like, I just don't like Leeds. I'm not a big fan of Leeds United, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's one of the few things that me and United fans agree on. Leicester will have a point deduction. I still don't think. Well, it depends on how big it is. By the way, big up Mr. Post Office, by the way. We don't agree on anything, but big up Mr. Post Office. Do we know how much of a point deduction it's going to be? Because I think that makes a difference. I think that if Everton don't get points taken off of their points deducted from the deduction, I don't think that they stay up. I think that puts their heads down enough where Luton Town stays up. But that's in another scenario. That's in another timeline. They got out of it. It's all good. Nottingham Forest too. Again, Nottingham Forest, I don't think that they are going to stay up. But that's just my way too early prediction. Big up Joanne. Big up Joanne. One of the best subscribers, one of the best viewers and supporters of this show in particular. Thank you very, very much, Joanne, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Oh my God, here we go. Cubed. Paul Hyde, if you think KC is awesome, LBC. What does LBC mean? Am I just dumb or tired? You're doing it white. Then okay, yeah. Well, yeah. If you're talking about the U.S. Midwest, there are areas that are racismo. Unfortunately, we have some short-sighted thinkers here, or lack of thinkers. Oh, it auto-corrected. Get it. Big up Connor. Big up Connor. Thank you so much for setting it up, bro. Thank you for reminding me that this is, in fact, episode 12 of the show. I hope you're well, my guy. Good show earlier. I got to go watch it back. I watched little pieces of it while I was working. But go and subscribe to CMO Sports. He did a stream earlier. I think it was a combined 11 for the best combined 11 of the season. So big up, guys. Yeah, I'm so happy football's over for now. I need a break. Ben, I'm so glad you brought that up because I'm gonna probably take a break from just doing regular shows of just football content. I'll be doing gaming streams. I'll be doing all sorts of different stuff. I'm actually covering the NHL playoffs for Sarcasm City TV, so I'll be covering some hockey. That'll be a lot of fun. I'll be covering some U.S. men's team for Copa America. But yeah, we need a little bit of a break. We need a little bit of to turn down the temperature a little bit, which is why I like doing these Q&As. It's not always just about football. It can be about anything. It can be about life. It can be about anything. Everybody likes the gaming streams, though. It's just kind of funny because I'm really bad at it. And I think, Warrior J, I got you pegged, bro. I think that you just like watching me get angry. I'm pretty sure that's what it is because you guys like when expression, it's like when expression goes live. Everybody thinks it's funny because they like watching him suffer, right? I think that's why you guys fucking like me doing the gaming streams. I might do one tonight, but we'll see. We'll see. KC has shit weather, shit food outside of the barbecue. That is categorically incorrect. We have some of the best steak, and honestly, we have some good seafood out here too. Depending on where you go, like it's really good. Obviously, it's a little bit more on the expensive side, but it's really, really good. So I disagree. I think we have some of the best food, the best beers, obviously the best barbecue, and yeah, I don't know. I enjoy the city. Don't slander my city. Don't slander my city. I defend my city. And tacos. Tacos, yes. Some of the best street tacos I've ever watched. Yes, have a break from Arsenal. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to have a break from Arsenal. Like, so much of a break that I don't think I'm going to directly talk about Arsenal on this channel for a couple of weeks. I might do, I'll scratch that. We might do like a combined 11 where we have to talk about Arsenal. Obviously, we have to talk about our best players: Declan Rice, Gabriel. Obviously, all the people that are involved in Player of the Year conversations. Odegaard. It's one of those things where did you guys just see how exhausted I got just talking about it just then? Like, that's how over it I am, because that's what this team will do to you. They will get your hope up and then they will kill you. So that is exactly what I'm going through post second place depression right now. And it's the last thing I want to talk about. It's honestly the last thing I want to talk about. It's kind of funny because I was disappointed to see the POCH news, but then it kind of said, oh, well, then maybe you're going to be at least less apt to hear about Arsenal and us finishing second place again. So, yeah. Beers in the U.S. are rubbish compared to Europe. I need recommendations then, Mr. Post Office. I need recommendations, please, because I am a, beer fan. I'm a beer fan. What's your candy like? It's the United States, baby. It's the best. It's the candy capital of the world. Have you seen our obesity rates? Our candy is unmatched. Are you doing Olympic watch-alongs as well? If the United States are playing, I will do a watch-along for it. So I'll probably be doing USA basketball, not so much US soccer, aka football. I might be doing, if I do them, it'll probably be for the women's team. I'm following that league very, very closely. I might do some men's Olympics, but I don't know. It'll honestly depend on the schedule because as much as I'm saying, oh yeah, I'm not going to talk about Arsenal, like, as soon as July hits, I'm going to be talking about Arsenal day in, day out, because I'm going to be going to LA, seeing my good friend Cubed, going and watching them play against Manchester United at SoFi Stadium, then immediately flying to Philly and watching Arsenal go play Liverpool. So I get to go see Arne Slot, and I get to go see Eric Ten Hag if he's still in the job at that point. So who knows? Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Just keep an eye on the community tab, people. I have the best community on YouTube and the best chat on YouTube, so I'm not worried about it. Doesn't matter how many people are here. Taking my lady to Milan. That's a real city. Pizza everywhere, dude. I'm literally wanting to go. I want to go to Europe so bad. If it happens, it'll be early next year. So we'll see. We'll see. Ben, I have the Argo. Ooh, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. I need to get new ink too. That's another thing. I need to get more tattoos. That's another thing I'm going to do. US men's team streams, please. Yeah. And Cubed, you'll be there for that. Sunshine will be there for that. Any American content creator that wants to be there will be there for that. That was the US versus Mexico game was probably my most watched, watch along. Like, obviously, because there's not really a tapped market for US men's national team watch alongs outside of the big podcasts. So I think people had a lot of fun watching that. So you, me, Strasburg, Steve, all of us can do a watch along for those. That'll be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun. There are loads of good beers in the US. You just need to know where to look. I'll do a UK craft tour, TJ, with craft tour with you, TJ. You'll need to do Manchester and Witham-style. Dude, I'm there. I'm there. Oh man, dude, just thinking about that, Ben. I'm gonna hit you up. I have your number, so yeah, I'll definitely hit you up if I get the ticket over to Europe there. Can't party too hard though, because I gotta go see some stuff. I gotta go see some things. You could do some food show about American foods. If you guys want me to do a show about American foods, you got to name the foods. Throw it in the comments section. Let me know what you guys want, and if it gets backed, if you guys are really interested in that, I'm happy to do that. Arteta Q. You're so funny. You're so funny, Mr. Post Office. Oh, this guy's a fucking comedian. That was the best watch along because Steve was going mad. Yeah, well, Steve was also driving at the same time, which wasn't really safe. Wasn't really safe in my opinion. but it is what it is. Big up Steve again for doing that. He was absolutely crazy. Again, make sure that you guys are voting on the poll. I am interested in seeing who you guys thought was the player of the year for Arsenal. I do want to have that conversation a little bit as soon as I just got done talking about how I don't really want to talk about it. But again, big up everybody that's watching. It looks like we are getting rated by Staffy TV. So big up everybody who is hopping over from Staffy TV. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you smash a sub if you are new. Big up my American Waffle brother, Staffy. Of course, he is an absolute legend. So if you haven't smashed a subscribe on Staffy TV, he is in the description. He's on the featured channel page. He is an absolute legend. So make sure that you guys are subscribed to Staffy. And make sure you get you guys' questions in. I'm going to be live for about another 15 minutes. And then we are going over to Sarcasm City TV to talk more about Maurizio Pochettino. Oh, 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 it's magic. You know. Bye, Pochettino. Wasn't really safe. Okay. It wasn't safe. It wasn't really safe. Big up Staffy again. Thanks for the raid, my guy. Big up Staffy TV every single time. Every single time. Let's see. What is AJ saying? Have I gone mad for saying give me the League Cup over another title race we don't win next season? You just want to see people win things. And Matt, aka the Southern Gooner, make sure that you're subscribed to the Southern Gooner, made an interesting point. He just wants to see a trophy. He's kind of where I was last year, where I need to see a trophy minimum out of Arteta. I didn't get it, so I am staunchly Arteta out at this moment. I need to see a lot of improvement in the offseason for me to be brought back into the Arteta hilt. We weren't strong enough tactically. We weren't strong enough with the players we were on the field. We weren't strong enough on the bench. We weren't strong enough in the areas where it ended up counting. So you're not going to gaslight me into thinking any differently. I'm sorry. We just weren't good enough, which is why we aren't holding the trophy at the end of the season. Well, TJ, we're going up against a generational manager like Pep Guardiola. He's the best. Sir Alex Ferguson was the best. We beat him 3 times. Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, yeah, because your standards are on the floor. You accept defeat. That's fine. I don't like accepting defeat. I see areas where we can improve strategically and on the bench and in the starting 11. Why do we have certain guys at this club that should have been binned off a long time ago, and they weren't. So I expect to see a lot of outgoings and incomings during the transfer window. Will I get it? Probably not. We'll probably do a buy, keep, sell. Or a buy, sell, bench, and keep. And yeah, we'll do that, but we're not going to do it this show. I'll tell you that for sure. Arteta out does not exist in the stadium. It is genuinely a small vacuum online. I don't care if it doesn't exist in the stadium. I don't care. You know where it's going to exist? It's going to exist in SoFi Stadium when I go and see him here in LA, and I spend thousands of dollars to go and do so. You know where it's going to exist? It's going to exist at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia when I go and see him and spend again another $1,000 to go and watch them play. Arteta out exists. People may just not want to be outward about it in the stadium. Okay, are they going to go in there and boo him? Like, yeah, guys, do you expect me to just go into the stadium and literally raise 2 middle fingers and tell Arteta to fuck off? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go there and I'm going to watch my club play because I only get to do it twice a year if I'm lucky. So, yeah. Yeah. So I don't care if it doesn't exist in the stadium. I could not give less of a shit, to be honest. Like, these are my opinions. They are going to differ from the 60, 70,000 that are in the Emirates. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. It's not that the people booed or anything. The support was definitely loud. Yeah, I'm sure it was. I will support the boys too. I will be loud. You're not going to hear me singing the Super Mick Arteta song, but I will be cheering on the boys. So it is what it is. Is Staffy done? Staffy, big up Staffy. Fuck you at the same time. Is Staffy done crying about his club? No, I'm not done yet. I'm not done. I'll let you know when I'm done, though. I'll let you know when I'm done. You know what? I'll let you know when I'm done. And when I'm done, I better have 20 likes on this video before I'm done. We're going to go for another 10 minutes, guys. And then we will wrap up and we will go ahead and send you guys over to Sarcasm City TV. Joanne Smith, Arteta messed with the team, and that was why we didn't win the league. Yeah, no, and if we have to go back in time and talk about this, let's go back in time and talk about this again. Why did we mess with the lineup against Aston Villa? Why were why did we go back to what wasn't working against Aston Villa? I'll never understand that. I'll never understand putting Havertz back into that left-sided 8 against Aston Villa. It made no sense to me whatsoever. And that ended up costing us. Obviously, everybody will go back and say, well, it was Fulham, it was West Ham, it was drawing to Tottenham. Yeah, those are obvious examples. But when the chips were down and everything was on the line, he fucked with stuff. And I think if we kept our starting 11 the same, we wouldn't have lost. And those are how fine the margins are, people. Those are how fine the margins. This is one of the smartest chats on YouTube. I don't need to tell you guys that. Half the people in the chat probably know more than me about football. That's fine. But this is not a hard discussion to have. It's right there in front of you. Whether you choose to see it with your own eyes or not, it's up to you. It's up to you. I would tell him what a clown I thought of him if I met him. Okay, well that's fine. I have no. Here's the thing: is I have no desire to meet Mikel Arteta. I have zero desire to meet him. I don't care. I don't care. It'd be cool to meet some of the players, but I have no desire to meet Mikel Arteta. Hugo. Big up Hugo, my guy. I hope you're well, man. I hope you're well. London is a terrible city. When you go to the UK, go to the Emirates and leave. Is London really that bad? I hope not. I really wanted to go to London. I really want to go to London. I really want to go to what was it? I really want to go to Germany. I want to go back to France. Yeah, no, I want to go to all these places. I want to see Europe. I remember driving through and walking through Paris and seeing the Parc des Princes and being like, this is fucking awesome. I wish I was only there for a couple of days, so I didn't get to see PSG or anything like that, but you got to see the atmosphere. You got to see how passionate people were about it. And you don't see that about football here in America. So just being in that atmosphere, it's unreal, which is why I like going to these games over here in America, because you get to be with the other crazies over here in the US, like going to the Arsenal game, going to singing and marching to the stadium with all the other Arsenal fans. It was absolutely crazy. It was awesome. One of the coolest things I've ever done, to be honest with you. It was really, really cool. TJ, have you seen the Euro squad? Which one? England? Are we talking about England? Yeah, because if you're asking me, yeah, I did see it. And I like the squad for England, to be honest, mostly because Jordan Henderson was left off of it. But yeah, it might make me think, yeah, why not? Actually, let's pull it up. England provisional squad. Let's pull it up real quick. I'll make quick comments on it, because they're gonna bottle it. They're not gonna. It's not coming home, people. It's not coming home. It's not coming home. Cheers. Let me pull this up real quick. Euros provisional. Euro 2024 squad. Your views, reaction as Southgate names the 33. Oh, what the hell is this? Get out of here. Ronaldo got named to the Portugal squad. That is hilarious. England won't win, though, because Kane's on the roster. Yeah, he's a built-in bottle. People want to call us bottle jobs. That ain't gonna that just ain't the truth compared to Mr. Kane. We won't need to worry about it. Congratulations, Portugal, on winning. I've got my French flag ready. Yep. No, I think France is definitely going to win it. But goalkeepers, James Trafford, who I want to see as our backup at Arsenal next season. With Burnley going down, we need to see it. Hold on 1 second. My dogs are losing their minds. 1 second. Sorry, the barking's way too much with these guys. Yeah, James Trafford, Dean Henderson, Aaron Ramsdale, Jordan Pickford. So when we eventually sell Aaron Ramsdale, I want to bring in James Trafford. I would love to see him in a backup role at Arsenal. That kid was under siege at Burnley, and we saw some good saves from him. I think he's a good young talent that would look good in certain cup competitions for Arsenal. So I would love to see him start some of those cup games for us. Chesney coming back as a second chance. No thanks. Nah. Thank you, Wojciech. No, thank you. Defenders, Jared Braithwaite, Gerald Kwanzaa, Luke Shaw, Gahey, Konsa, Lewis Dunk, Joe Gomez, Kyle Walker, Harry Maguire, John Stones, and Kieran Trippier. I am Braithwaite was a good choice. Kwanzaa, I mean, I don't really know who else you put in as in defense for England. I understand those choices for sure. This is where the midfielders and the forwards are where it gets interesting, though. Adam Wharton, which I was not expecting him to get called up, but he was absolutely fantastic for Crystal Palace this season. So, especially on the last couple of games, last couple of runouts, he was very, very good. So, I'm very, very happy to see that he got a call up. Kobe Mainoo deserves it. Curtis Jones deserves it. Conor Gallagher, deserves it. Declan Rice and Trent Alexander-Arnold as a midfielder in Southgate's starting 11. That would be crazy to see because I think he is way more of a midfielder than he is a right back or a fullback in any position. So fantastic. Yeah, and Tamori missing out is wild. I agree with that. Thank you. Nice dogs. They're fantastic. Yeah, they're good dogs. And then forwards, Ivan Toney, Ollie Watkins, Anthony Gordon, Harry Kane, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, James Maddison, Jared Bowen, Eze, and Jack Grealish. That is a hell of a forward lineup. I wouldn't expect to see anybody but Harry Kane, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, and Bukayo Saka to see much game time outside of that. Obviously, James Maddison and Jude Bellingham, you're going to expect to start. You're going to expect to see in the 10s. Jack Grealish will probably set bench. Eze will probably set bench, unfortunately. Same with Bowen, Gordon. Watkins, I hope he gets a run out, but he'll probably be on the bubble. Same with Ivan Toney. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who makes the final roster. But yeah, I wouldn't expect to see anybody but Bukayo Saka, Harry Kane, and Phil Foden start up front in a front three for England. So we'll see. But again, I'm not cheering for England. I want to be 100% clear. I am not cheering for England. Okay? Unless I get them in the draw, and then I got to cheer for England. But I am not cheering for England. I want to see a team that is not necessarily favored. Like I would like to see what if the Netherlands won it? What if Belgium won it? What about Spain? I think Spain are a good shout. Italy, obviously they won it last time, but they're not a favorite to win it. Germany, it's in their home country. They could do some damage. And yeah, because they're not the German. Apparently, I was educated on this. Apparently, they're not the German squad that we saw a few months ago. So we'll see what happens. That it's not the same German squad that lost against Japan, TJ. But yeah, we'll see. 20 likes. Beautiful. Okay, is there any questions that I didn't answer? Big up everybody that watched here. This was just a little chat. If you're an Arsenal fan, you don't want to see Saka play. Well, he'll play, which is unfortunate, but he'll play. Yeah. Why not put Cole Palmer out over there? Why not put Cole Palmer over there? Large up, TJ. Great show. Fun to see you call him from Sunday. It was fun season of shows with you, man. Big up Vader. Make sure that you guys are smashing the likes. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to Vader Games as well. He is an absolute waffler, biggest fraud on YouTube, but the fact that he is not on 1K subs right now is an absolute joke. It's a farce that this guy is not on 1K yet. So go over there and subscribe if you haven't already. He's an absolute legend. Vader, he's Canadian, but we don't hold it against him. You know what I mean? Like from an American perspective, I don't hold it against him. But big up Vader every single time. Oh my God. Okay. This is the last one I'm gonna address. First of all, Ryan, thank you for the t-shirt. Second of all, generational Arteta is so close to huge success with Arsenal. It's only a matter of time. How much time? I just scared Artie with that. How much time are we willing to give him? You know what I mean? Artie, are you doing Pilates back there or something, buddy? What are you doing? Come here. Good boy. But yeah, like how much time are we willing to give him? You know what I mean? That's my major issue with that is when does this end? When does this end? Big up to TJ's wife for feeling bad for me. Yeah. Well, she cares a lot more than I do. I'm not gonna lie. She cares a ton more than I do. But yeah, the dog doesn't like me talking about Arteta. Yeah, it's because he's heard me yell about him so much time. If he hears Arteta come out of my mouth, he immediately leaves. But yeah, no, he's not a generational talent until he wins me trophies. So until I see trophies, that word generational belongs to one man. And that's about it. Yeah. The Premier League is quickly turning into a farmers league. And those who refuse to acknowledge that refuse to acknowledge the problem. And is that there is a severe lack of talent that can match up with Pep Guardiola. So it is what it is. You either meet the bar, exceed the bar, or fall below the bar, and everybody's falling below the bar. So it's now a farmers league. Just is what it is. It just is what it is. But anyway, all right, guys, that's the show. Big up everybody. I'm going to go over to Sarcasm City TV, hang out, finish my beverage here. But you guys are absolute real ones. Let me shout out the chat. Paul, thank you for being here. Cubed, Ryan, even though you're a giant fraud. AJ, Warrior J, obviously Joanne Smith, Cubed, Hugo, and all the rest of you legends, and Strasburg Steve as well. The safest driver I've ever met in my life, and it's my pick too. Spain is my pick too. Hugo. But anyway, big up everybody. I'll see you over on Sarcasm City TV. Go over there and say TJ Warren TV raid, and then I will come moonwalking in there shortly. Big up everybody. See you later.